My shirt says "gonna lay under the tree" to remind my family that I am a gift. So, in case you forgot, I'm a gift. Thanks for the t-shirt, Mom. Hello, my little nutcrackers. Welcome back to the merriest place on the internet. Today is the day we are here. I'm going to be reacting to your Christmas trees. Forever ago, I put out on my Instagram, so forever ago, I asked you to send me your trees so that I can say mean things about them. That's not what's gonna happen at all. You said that you would like a video where basically I react and give you tips on your Christmas trees. First of all, thank you for your kind words and your sweet messages about me not feeling well and not being able to film last week. I know we missed a week of videos, which really sucks because Christmas is such a small window. It's the only time I'm relevant, and I was so sad and really am still struggling anyway with the fact that I couldn't put kind of an injury thing. I'm not sick or anything like that. I'm not unwell. I am just broken. It's fine. It's a whole thing. I actually have a personal YouTube channel. If you are like interested in that, I'm gonna start deep diving on it there, blah, blah, blah. Not the point. The point is thank you. Thank you for being sweet and concerned and just saying such nice things and being so gracious about it. And you're just wonderful, and I love my sparklers so much. Speaking of my sparklers, which is you, if you have not yet, please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. I'm just a girl who loves Christmas trees, and I just like to talk about them. I also do Christmas trees all year long, so I do ones for all the holidays and things like that just because I love them. And so if you are interested in seeing a Christmas tree every couple months, subscribe. If I don't show your picture and get to your tree, I am sorry. I got more photos than I expected to get, and I really, really appreciate that. I thought I really didn't think I'd get any, so like, it was really cool. And so if I don't get to your photo, I'm sorry. I'm really, really trying. Please know that I still love you. And I love your tree. Okay, let's get into your trees. Amy sent this tree. This is her tree this year, and it's freaking beautiful. Look at that star. Look at it. Look at that detail. I love that star, and I also am a big fan of bows. I did make a bow video, if you want that. The whole thing with like the garland, flower, pretty sparkles around the window with the tree in the middle of it is just, I just love this so much. I love that star. I also love these are they icicles? Yeah, icicles that hang long. I love that. That adds such a cool dimension, especially like how you've got the bows that are kind of like a horizontal thing, and then you've got these icicles that are so vertical. It's beautiful, and icicles catch the light. Like they make your tree so magical. I always recommend some kind of crystal-like icicle thing if that's the vibe you're going for. The only advice I really have here is just maybe to add a little more ribbon to tie in the bows. So you have ribbon bows, and then if you add ribbon throughout the tree, the bows kind of make more sense, if that makes sense. I don't think this tree particularly needs anything. None of your trees need anything. Full disclaimer, you guys, every tree is beautiful. Like, I so mean that. I say that in like every video, but I don't think you realize how much I really mean that. If you have a tree that has literally not one thing on it, I don't care, it's beautiful. Every Christmas tree is beautiful. That's just all there is to say. But sometimes people want something that looks a little more designer or a little more professional or a little more thought out and just artistic, whatever. And that's what we're doing here today, is just to kind of tell you like, hey, like if you want things to look tied together and more intentional and designed and blah, 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 here are some things you could try. But every tree is beautiful. We're not here to like be critical of trees because that negates the magic of a Christmas tree. You know what I mean? Okay. Honestly, the only thing I would really do is just maybe add some ribbon in. Maybe if you made those bows, I would add that ribbon into the tree. If you did not make those bows, I would add a ribbon that is similar so they look like the same ribbon. I guess I could have just said the same ribbon or something similar. It feels like the bows are more meant to be there if you have already existing ribbon. And like I said, not necessary. Like this is freaking gorgeous. Like, gosh, it's like warm and sparkly and great job. Super job. This is from Maggie. Maggie? Did I say that right, Maggie? If I wreck your name, I'm really sorry. Please correct me in the comments. Oh, this is so cute. I love that gingham ribbon down at the bottom. It's so cute. You got a lot of good things going on here. You might want a few bigger ornaments, I feel like. Maybe in here just to kind of add some dimension and to fill in some more space. If you have more of that, you could take some of that gingham, that you have around the bottom. I like that cute thing on the bottom that you've got that ties in with your tree skirt. So if you took some up into the tree while still leaving that cute thing on the bottom, that might be an idea for you. Again, just to fill in more space, but like you don't have to like overstuff trees. I don't really overstuff my trees. But if you're feeling like it just needs a little something something, I think some bigger ornaments and taking that gingham up into the tree a little more would bring it together a little bit. And that topper is super cute. I love that topper. Great job on the topper. Mama Badger sent in her cute tree with this hat. This snowman hat. I love the top hat as a topper hat. I love that. I think that is so cute and fun and whimsical, but like low maintenance. I love the colored lights you have going on here. That's also super fun. Been struggling with this tree because the branches are so far apart. Can I just rant about how annoying that is? My 3-foot tree, I have a 3-foot white tree. I got a video coming up next week that's me decorating it, but I decorate that one a lot. It's a cheap tree thing, and like when you are going to purchase trees, something to watch out for is how long are the branches towards the bottom in terms of strength, because sometimes those branches just get too long and they can't hold themselves up if you put the tiniest ornament on them. And also like how spaced out are the branches, because if they're super spaced out and your tree just kind of looks a little bald, you just got to keep that in mind when you decorate it and just put big things in to fill in the space. Or also ribbons and bows are easy ways to fill in a lot of space. If you get a wide ribbon or you double up some ribbon, 2 different kinds of ribbon to kind of weave through the open spots. And you can also make bows out of that ribbon, so you weave ribbon through and make a few bows to put in those super big chunks that you just can't fill. Bows are really great for that, as well as just bigger ornaments. But if the branches are really far apart, you might have a hard time getting the bigger ornaments in, so have some pipe cleaners and wires on hand to attach things, because they won't tuck into a tree as well just because the branches are spaced out, and so it doesn't have structural support for your stuff. It's a painful problem to have. I feel you. Florals too would be another thing that you could do. Flowers fill in really big space. I do that with this tree because it's old, it's just old, and because it's the one that I take the back half of the branches off so it can go all the way up against the wall. My how to decorate and save space video shows you how I do that. It'll be linked below. You can see through the tree a lot more and it looks kind of bald in certain places. So if I can't fill that in with one of the branches from the back, because I can't always do that, flowers is kind of my ribbons, bows, florals, larger ornaments to fill in those spaces. But with ornaments, because you have those branches that are really far apart, be ready to rustle with them a little bit to get them to stay in there. It's looking good. You got a cute theme going, stuff sticking out, super fun. I'm into it and I love that topper. Michelle sent us this cute tree with this topper that lights up, and ooh, excellent ribbon work. That gold ribbon is beautiful. This looks kind of like a cashmere style tree, which is, those are a pain. So this looks really good. Those branches can really not be easy. I can't decide if I should add anything to it, especially around the star. It seems so alone up there. Yeah, that's actually a common thing, and you'll hear it with all these other photos I'm gonna go through. And I think I'm gonna make a topper video next year. It's inspired me because like I'm seeing this a lot, and it's whatever. I mean, it's not a bad thing by any means, but a lot of times our toppers get very separated from the rest of the Christmas tree, and so I always like to make sure that my topper is kind of resting on something else that's in the tree, whether it's a bow that I've made out of the ribbon going through the tree, or like an ornament cluster, or some other kind of something that ties it in with the rest of the tree, so that it's not top of the tree and then a topper that's just kind of separated, you know what I mean? Like it's more in it. It's in it. Kind of like how you don't see where the tree ends and the topper begins. So there's not a space or a negative space between the top of the tree and the actual beginning of the topper. And I think that's why we kind of get to where we feel like our toppers look very alone and disconnected from the tree, because they kind of are visually. So the easiest way to do that would be to make a bow out of the gold ribbon that you've got going up the tree, which is done beautifully, by the way. Well done. If bows aren't your thing, because not everyone is like me and is like, let's put bows in our hair and on our clothes and on our shoes and everywhere we go. Not everyone's into bows, and so you could do an ornament cluster because you've got ornaments in here. You could also cluster up some pine cones, because I see pine cones in the tree too. That'd be cute. You could also kind of take and get like 2 flowers and 3 pine cones and make like a sort of cushion type cloud thing for between the topper and the tree that ties it in with the rest of the tree if you don't like a bow. A bow is the easiest way, or some flowers or some ornament clusters. There's a video below that shows you how I make ornament clusters. You just put like 3 or 4 ornaments on pipe cleaners and then just stick it in the tree and wire on there, and they're super easy. They look cute, and not everybody does that. So like everybody has like a bow on the top of their tree, but not everybody has a giant wad of carefully selected Christmas balls. So like, I'm just saying. That's really all I have to say. This tree looks super cute. Ooh, Susie, that is some sparkle and I'm living for it. You got classic fluffy tinsel and you've got some kind of like beadwork stuff in there. This is lovely, but it's missing something, possibly ribbon or another color. Let's see. I feel like ribbon's not your answer because it's gonna compete with that tinsel and that beautiful beaded garland you've got going on. I feel like ribbon would mess with the vibe. Like this tree is a mood, you know what I mean? It's glam, it's blingy, but not like in your face princess bling. It's very elegant, and like ribbon can be elegant, don't get me wrong, like good heavens, like ribbon can be super elegant, but I think that that's not the vibe you want to go, and it's just going to compete because you have the softness of the classic tinsel garland in there, so you don't really need the softness of the ribbon. And so I don't think ribbon is your answer, where normally I'd be like, add ribbon, yay. I just love ribbon, okay? But if you feel like it's missing something, one, the space between the star topper and the top of the tree, you could put a little bit of something in there, like you've got some gold bows. Those could look really, really cute, just 1 or 2 or maybe 3, like just kind of shoved together in like a little hug of bows underneath there. An ornament cluster, because you've got so many beautiful sparkly Christmas balls, you could put 3 to 5 of those together, or like 2 clusters of 3 just to make it more manageable, and put that between the star and the tree topper. So that might be what it's missing, just because again there's that disconnect between the top of the tree and the topper. Maybe some like picks and things coming out. Everything is hanging beautifully, mind you, but everything is hanging. So maybe if you had some things coming up and out, that's like the visual interest that you feel like it might be missing. Go easy on it though, because you don't, like I said with the ribbon, you don't want to kill the vibe. So use them strategically if you can. I don't feel like it's really missing anything, but those are the 2 things I would say, is maybe try to put some more of a connection between the topper and the top of the tree, and maybe some picks and sprays to just get some up and out. Since everything is long and vertical, that might horizontal it a little bit, if that makes sense. I feel like I don't ever make sense. Before I forget, the music in this video is by Dave Cornwell. There will be a link in the description where you can get it, as well as a link to Spotify, so you can listen there if you prefer that there over music listening stuff. Yay. Tina. Ooh, she wanted something completely different from a super traditional tree, and so now she's got this gorgeously lit gold and white thing happening that I am living for. You did ask for tips, and so I would say that you might need a little more in your topper. I think your topper definitely needs to be zhuzhed. You know what I mean? It's like, because this is it a star? It's a star, right? I like the picks you have going on. I might scoot those, because you have like pick and then a space and then a pick. I might move all of them up a little bit so they look like they're kind of, and bring them closer together so they look like they're part of the star, if that makes sense. So they're like a extra coming out of the star. And again, ornament clusters, you've got ribbon. You can make, actually it's sheer ribbon, which that's my new love this year. I put sheer ribbon on this tree and like it's giving me the chills. I love it so much. You could just make a quick bow and just shove that in there, and not even a full really, really big bow, because I feel like that's not the vibe. Big extravagant bow. I don't think that's what you need. I just think like a few little loops just to kind of cushion that star. This is more of a proportional thing, not so much a space disconnecting it from the tree. It's just in proportion to the size of your tree. Your topper your topper could stand to be a little bigger. I think you're right. The topper needs a little something something, and more picks closer together, bundled up so that they look like they're actually part of this extravagant topper. And maybe, you know, some ornament clusters up there, or even ribbon loops, or all of those things. Experiment and see what you like. I need to make a topper video next year. Oh, Christmas tree decorating. Let's see what we got from Oh Christmas Tree. Oof. Yes. Curly Q ribbon, always a win. Pink, always a win. You've got flamingos, the cute little bows and poinsettia flower thing. This is so freaking, I love this. Great toppers. Those bells are not catching the light right though. I can see that they're like carved and stuff, and I think you said, yeah, that they're pink, but they're, and it may just be the photograph, but I think you agreed with me that like they look a little dark. So it's kind of causing like a disconnect. I feel like you almost could go without them, or just put a few of the little bows that you have in the tree up there. And you have some, the flowers down below, you could try those up there. I feel like those bells need to be shoved into the tree as a statement ornament instead of as a topper. Just because the light isn't reflecting off of them the way that I think it's intended to, and so it's making them look dark and a little disconnected. That could be different in person versus a photograph though, to be fair. But I think this is so great. You can just tell it's really thought out, and you can tell that you've planned this out, and you've kind of got a design behind it, and that's the kind of stuff I live for. Like, you can tell it's this pink, cute, flamingo, fun vibe that's still got some elegance to it because it's this lightish pink on a white tree with the white light. So it's not just too like fun crazy, it's like this elegant, classy, but not too serious fun. And like, I love how you've done this. It's super cute. Play around with something other than the bells and see how the bells look somewhere else in the tree. I don't see a lot of other really big ornaments, so they might kind of look misplaced if you don't have other big ornaments in other places. Play around with that though, and see what you can create that you like. So cute though, I love that. Gitica, I hope I said that right, sent this super cute, look at this black and white gingham tree skirt. Oh, and you got baby pictures on the tree. I have a tree with my little girl's pictures on it. I love that. I also have a giant letter on this tree for my daughter's name, but you can't see it's up at the top, but that's funny. Anyway, love what you have going on here. This is looking so good. You know what is so cool about this, honestly, is like you have this nostalgia factor, which is huge this year, but like every year, like it's so important that your trees kind of reflect what's really important to you and things like that. And I can tell, you know, you've got your sweet baby in the tree, so cute, you know, and it's got the gingham, or not gingham, what are we calling it? Buffalo check. Not gingham, it's buffalo check when it's Christmas time. Are they the same? We're not gonna dive down that rabbit hole today. The buffalo check skirt underneath, I love that you have some ornaments with both red buffalo check and black and white buffalo check, so that ties that in, so you've done really great there. You've got a red and gold thing happening, like a red gold with buffalo check. Like, this is so just like classic and nostalgic and put together so well. And you've incorporated nostalgic ornaments in this. Your sweet babies, oh sweet baby. It's lovely, it's so lovely. The only thing I can say about this is, again, there's a bit of a disconnect between the topper and the top of the tree. So how you've got the cone, you know, the cone that is attached to the bottom of the star, which is what you put on the tree. Think of it as trying to cover that up. Not because it's ugly or anything, it looks beautiful. I mean, there's no need to do that by any means. But if you're feeling like it needs a little something, I think that would be it. That will just elevate the design of it a little bit, just to end that negative space there where it looks like the star is hovering. Unless you like that. If you like the fact that it looks like the star is literally floating above the tree, don't touch that. Leave it as is. Great job. Such a great job. Please correct me if I said your name wrong. We are going to leave it there because this video is getting a little long and you have lives. Thank you so much to all of you who sent me your beautiful photos. I love your trees with all my heart. You have done phenomenal work with them, and I can see the love and the style that you guys are putting through in your trees, and it's just, it's shining. They're shining. They are shining with love, and they are shining with Christmas magic, and it's just, it's giving me life. Love this time of year. I'm so happy that our time is here and we get to just live our best lives. Let me know if you liked this video. I will definitely do it again next year. I love it. I love it. To learn how to decorate a Christmas tree as well as a few other decor things in a small space for small living, you can click or tap right up here. And for some more Christmas cheer, you can click or tap right down here. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you again for your kind words over the last week. Don't forget to subscribe, and until we meet again, sparkle on.